Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and they weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LVBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, look in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yeah, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
Man, I knew this one was going left. Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Let me get a mic check real quick. We'll get right into this, man. I knew this one was going left, y'all. Knew it was going left. So from how it started today, I knew this shit was gonna go bad. And Dane Dash, he was not playing no games when he went up there on the Breakfast Club, man. So Dane Dash, who just got his teeth fixed, everybody was infamously laughing at him since the day his teeth fell out when he was talking online. And, Dane basically came out and talked about how all of his implants broke and like the bone had disappeared and they had to put new bone in his gums and he had to get entirely new implants. So he was just talking about the other day on Art of Dialogue how he couldn't even eat because of these bones, that wasn't in his mouth and all he had was gums. So he said he couldn't talk, couldn't eat. He said he couldn't live like that, basically. And so he was just waiting on his new teeth. So finally he got his new teeth put in. And so now he did the Breakfast Club interview this morning. Now everybody knows he got an issue going on with Cam. Some people thought they was putting on, him and Cam was putting on. Some people thought, hey man, it could be real. Well, Dame Dash is taking it as it's real this whole time. He's not putting on as if it was a joke or as if it was some type of game. And he went on the Breakfast Club on 100 this morning. He wasn't trying to hear none of the shit Charlamagne was talking about. As Charlamagne, y'all know how he do. He like to always laugh and joke and play games and try to take sneak shots. But Dame went up there on square business. And then DJ Envy, being the company man that he is, he's sitting up there trying to act like he gon', first of all, DJ Envy got a nerve to have a loyalty as rare hat on. When they say that he allegedly could be cooperating against this other guy, C's opinion. Now, that's not confirmed, but a lot of people believe that he is, right? And in that current case he got going on, the investigation they got going on where he hasn't been charged yet, but he's been hit with a bunch of civil lawsuits over those housing investments and stuff like that. So DJ Envy, he gonna sit up there and Dane, asked Charlamagne a question. He was basically trying to tell Charlamagne, I guess what Cameron did by trying to send his son money while they was beefing was foul. It was disrespectful. So he asked Charlamagne, he said, yo, do you feel like that's wrong? And Charlamagne, being a jackass, trying to be funny, dances around it and he does everything but basically answer the question. So then he goes to DJ Envy. He says, hey man, what do you think? And then DJ Envy says what he says. Now he says, you bullshit. And him and DJ Envy get heated. I'm gonna let y'all hear what happened, man. It's going down over there this morning.
Single thing that you've been saying when I'm not here and question you've had now that I'm here, I'd like you to ask me. You too. Because I saw the stuff y'all said. Mm-hmm. I posted it. Mm-hmm. Just because I'm like, when I see them, we'll talk about it. Mm-hmm. So what were your questions? You were saying something.
My first question was about the Paid in Full.
What about it?
Did you own Paid in Full? Like, how did 50 Cent acquire ownership of Paid in Full?
Let me ask you a question. Let's put this in.
That's not how this works, Dan. No.
I'm sorry.
I asked the question.
You just cut.
Dane got mad because, Charlamagne asked him a question, and he was going to, I guess, answer the question with a question, and then Charlamagne was like, nah, you gonna answer the questions I ask you. You know what I'm saying? And Dame was like, bro, you gonna let me talk? You gonna Dame was mad because, again, Charlamagne would not let him even respond before he could even get his words out. Charlamagne is cutting him off.
Right? Now, I want you to notice every time you do that.
Okay.
And they would say I'm bugging if I yell, but please let me complete my sentence. And please don't tell me how we do things. That's going to be a trigger. So I'm just talking that normally. Do you remember when 50 Cent was supposed to be putting out a documentary about Puff on Netflix?
Yes.
Where is it?
I think it's still happening.
Yeah, right. He's capping. So I talk a different language than most people. I'm a boss. So, number one, there is no rights to be bought. So I knew he was trolling. And you got.
So this is what he says, right? He says that.
Cam tried to have my son come on. Well, let me ask you this: do you think messing with people's children is all right? Can you answer that question?
No,
that's not fair.
No, because you didn't answer the original question.
I did answer it. I just told you. He's capping.
So he didn't get the right to it.
How would that's the thing is, you know what the problem is?
The problem is how
you cut me off again.
I'm asking you a question for you to
cut
answer.
Me off again. See this?
No.
Let's take a commercial break.
Come on,
you keep cutting me. You don't think this?
Now, they keep trying to laugh it off, but Dame is serious. Dame like, look, bro, y'all keep fucking with me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's serious.
Problematic that you keep cutting people off and you're interviewing them.
Okay,
you're really trying to tell me how to answer, and you expect me not to?
No, I just want you to answer.
Are you trying to trigger me?
No, I just want you to answer.
Okay, so then let me. How can I answer? You keep cutting me off.
Okay.
I told you he doesn't have the rights. No one has the rights. Who are you gonna buy the rights from? I wasn't planning on making Paid in Full about those people. Again, I was making my Paid in Full, and you don't have to buy the rights. I was actually there. So 50 trolls. And I was saying, and I felt like you were interrupting me, and I'd like you to answer my question now. Do you feel like I've answered yours?
Yes.
Do you think it's all right to bring people's children involved?
No.
Did you know that Cam called my son and tried to give him money?
I heard you say that.
You think that's okay?
I need to know what he tried to give him money for.
It doesn't matter. He's my... Okay. Do you think that's okay?
He might have been offering him a job. I don't know.
I have heard your answer. Do you think it's okay?
I don't know their relationship. Like y'all from the same place.
I got it.
Like he might look at Cam as his uncle. I don't know the relationship.
Duly
if there
noted.
is no relationship.
Duly noted.
Then I get it. I understand.
We're different. I got you.
Like if Charlamagne calls my son and says, "Yo, Logan, here's something."
Why y'all beefing?
I wouldn't have a problem.
That sounds like bullshit.
No, it's not.
It does. Because and you have emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
You're up here.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say one more. Okay, let me finish that.
Yep.
You should know that if someone's beefing with someone, you don't tell their kids, and you don't get with that person's children, and you know better than that. So don't act stupid.
If y'all are beefing, then that's something different. If
are we not beefing?
Man, he going in on DJ Envy. Told DJ Envy, man, don't act stupid. He says it sounds like bullshit, and he going in on DJ Envy because DJ Envy, he don't want to give an answer because DJ Envy want to play both sides. So DJ Envy don't want to speak how he really feel about that. Because I'm going to tell you something. If somebody was beefing with DJ Envy and they try to send his kids some money, he'll be ticked off. But he don't want to say that for Dame because he cool with both sides. So he picking a side. He not saying how he really feel about that situation. He just picking sides. So Dame is like, nah, don't do that. Don't pick no sides. Keep it 100. If you beefing with somebody and they try to get in contact with your son and get your son bread, like, you think that's respectful?
Really beefing? No, you call it beef? You said it's not beef.
Well,
that's your brother.
It's not. I'm not going to get violent. It's definitely like him coming against me is almost like Fredo going against Michael Corleone. You understand what I'm saying? Do you watch The Godfather? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite movie?
Depends.
Okay.
My favorite mafia movie, Goodfellas.
I just said, okay, mine too. So you know the rules.
Right.
My favorite movie of all time is The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
I studied it. I read the book. It burnt me out. Remember Godfather 2 when he pretended to be weak?
Mm-hmm.
Then he took out the 5 families. And then his brother Fredo betrayed him.
Mm-hmm.
See, betrayal is something that happens over and over again. You can never expect not to get betrayed by your brother. You remember last time I was here, I said, you don't mess with, I know that's why I don't be around men.
Mm-hmm.
So we all know they betrayed Jesus. I said this.
You walked in with a man.
Can I finish, please? Charlamagne, don't you do the therapy thing?
Yes, but
I want you to ask your therapist, do you interrupt people and how problematic that is at this age?
But you said you don't be around men. You
Stop cutting them off.
See, there's the emotional intelligence. Now you're going to go on my words. That's dumb. Come on, man. Let's move forward. Let's move with F1 speed. Don't pretend to be foolish. You know you're talking to a smart man. You know, you made me forget what I was going to say. See?
He's talking about the movie about
Godfather.
Yes.
Correct. So do you remember he pretended to be weak? His crew was like, yo, why you letting them push and muscle us? And then all of a sudden, he hit the 5 families in one day, waited for his mother to die, asked his little brother to come to the lake house and popped him. I watched that movie. I like the way the Godfather moves. So just keep that in mind. Next question.
I do have a question.
Well, yeah, because you were saying, why don't you address the things you were asking?
We're gonna get into that.
Please.
First question I have is we know Dame Dash, businessman, entrepreneur, right?
Chairman.
Worth close to 100 million at one time.
Never.
50 million, it says online. 30 million?
I never had that much money to look at in my life.
They said that the net worth was about 30 to 50 million.
This is the thing. You guys believe the internet. You guys are adults that believe what you read and hear in the newspaper, and y'all talk the most shit. So you guys are talking about things with no research. That's not fair. See, the problem is, and this is actually, I'm going to keep it on you.
So my question, because you cut me off quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So my question
You
is,
cut him off too, Damon.
I said sorry.
He did say sorry.
That's called. That's called.
You've been in therapy. You said sorry.
I always say sorry.
You said sorry.
I just don't. You haven't been here.
No, I haven't.
The thing is, he'll be cutting me off, and then I'll get triggered. I watch, and I was like, oh, because he cuts me off. That's what makes me.
So my question, as a businessman, entrepreneur, chairman, right? Boss.
Yeah.
You go from having a huge value to being in the negative. How does that happen from being a boss? Explain it down. Break that down for people that follow you, they aspire to be you.
I'm going to tell you.
Dame, if you guys remember, DJ Envy been getting tortured. I'm talking about cooked lately because he made some prior comments on Dame Dash in his situation. And now DJ Envy is facing his current situation where he's got all these lawsuits against him, alleging him of RICO and all these other things that's involving that situation with Say's opinion. Now pay close attention to what happens right here.
So the reason why I filed was because I've had $20 million of taxes. First off, do you know anybody that paid $25 million of taxes in your life? Name one person you know.
I don't.
Okay, so why would I be the first? Nobody does that. That's what chapter is for. The problem with filing is black people don't file because they don't understand it. And that's why when you guys talk about things, I wish you'd really do your research. ChatGPT does exist. So if you really wanted to know how 50 bought it, ask ChatGPT. How could he have bought it? Who could he have bought it from? Did you hear an announcement in Deadline? Do you even read Deadline?
Yeah.
So then, if it wasn't in Deadline,
Deadline several times.
You interrupted me. If you went to, if you were in debt, if you read Deadline, if you know about Deadline, why wasn't there an announcement in any trade magazine? If there's not an announcement in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, or whatever trade, WWD, you can't believe it.
Why though? Because most of the time
You didn't answer my question.
That's
That's the question. I wanted to know how he got to a particular way you were in the negative. That was the question.
I'm gonna tell you. So again, number one, most companies aren't owned like rich people or rich families. They don't put anything in their name. They build their family office. So I filed because again I've had $20 million dirty of taxes, but they don't bother me because in order to have $30 million means you made a lot. So in order to pay it back, I can't get a job to pay it back. I got to keep investing until I could pay it back. Nothing could be in my name. They put liens on all my accounts years ago. So that's why when they said there's nothing in your account, I don't have an account. How could I open one? They liened it. So I've been building my family office. So you have no assets. I have no assets, but my family, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? So I filed because you know that guy, Chris Brown, has been suing me. And I was going to make a bunch of very major family.
Now, he's not talking about the singer. When he says Chris Brown, I don't think he's talking about the singer. He's talking about somebody else that's attached to this situation. And y'all finna hear about this right now. This thing is crazy.
You're not talking about the artist and the singer, Chris Brown.
Right.
People will think that. But
And I didn't mind you interrupting me to do that.
I apologize, but I wanted to clear things up.
I appreciate that. So every time I was launching something with my family office, he sent a letter saying that, you know, I'd owe the money, but it was my family office. But it muddies the waters. So if you have a contract, especially working here, and somebody sent a bum letter, as soon as it's a lawyer, it shuts down. It muddies the waters. I was about to make some major announcements. You want to hear one?
Sure.
I'm now the chairman of Revolt right now, and I also I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman of Revolt.
I got you. So I'm now the chairman of Revolt with a pathway. You see, because he wants to trigger me, and I want you to acknowledge that. So I'm now Cam's boss, the chairman of Revolt with a pathway to acquisition. I've been trying to buy Revolt.
How do we know this not Cap? We didn't see this on deadline.
Can you stop yelling? Can you stop interrupting me, please? So deadline didn't make the announcement for this particular situation. They didn't want to. I had an announcement I was going to make with BT, but Paramount stepped in and they said do it later, and they didn't want to be a part of this mess. But it will be in something. This gets played tomorrow, so the announcement will be in the trades tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to buy Revolt, and I also just did a 25 episode deal for my podcast for Bosses Take Losses. Mm-hmm. And I'm putting all my content on Revolt.
Dope.
Yes, so that I can see how to monetize. I have to put together a certain kind of a plan for acquisition. So in the next 30 days, I'm going to just be a real chairman and play all these movies. And then I'm going to, hopefully I'll stay the chairman, but I got to go make movies.
Somebody would say how? How would you buy Revolt?
Why wouldn't you say congratulations?
We did say congratulations.
Oh, you don't seem excited.
No, congratulations.
You have to understand
I'm
something.
waiting for it to come out in deadline.
Let me finish.
I'd really be like, yo, I re-hosted.
Right.
But somebody would say, well,
Now you're going to be Mr. Research, but you asking me why 50 Cent, but you guys got fooled.
But if you're here
Wait, let me finish. Real quick. I'm announcing it the day before it's announced. Mm-hmm. Remember that.
Right.
So I wasn't going to announce it and then say it here. I wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? So I did it and I timed it where it would come out when this comes out. So tomorrow there'll be an announcement. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm putting, because I've already made my paid in full. I made that already. Mm-hmm. It's already trademarked. You don't have to clear the rights because we lived it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that movie's going to come out. That TV show's I'm going to start with the docuseries. You want to see the trailer? Of course. Because I've already made it. It's done. Mm-hmm. But just back to what you're saying about money. Do y'all really think anybody... Oh, shit. I'm a rookie. Do you think anybody actually uses their own money when they acquire something? Do you think that?
Sometimes. Sometimes people do.
Yo, I feel sorry for you, bro.
No, sometimes people do.
But you told us that. You said,
no, I didn't.
You said if you don't put up your own money, if you don't put up your own money, you're not the boss.
And that's why I'm trying to tell you, nobody's a boss. I put up my own money. So let me ask you this. I think you guys have to get up. We'll do that again. Let me ask a quick question. If somebody gets a loan for $180 million, are they rich or broke?
No, they're not rich.
See, that's the thing. And let me say this to y'all. I got to talk about this. DJ Envy and them don't know. This is why I tell y'all, people run around social media, they don't know shit about nothing. People been saying this. Listen, you might hate Jay-Z and Beyonce. You may hate a certain artist. When they're at that level and people are taking out loans and stuff, bro, they do that. Rich people take out loans. It don't mean they're broke. People, this is the dumb mentality that our world is in. I've seen so many people on the social media, and then they'll make Dane look like he's an idiot for saying what he's saying. He's not. I've seen so many people look so stupid. This is how you know people don't got money. They'll sit up here and they'll see rich people, people who are wealthy like Jay-Z and Beyonce and them. They'll hear about them taking out loans or want to take out $180, $90 million loan or something like that. Say, oh man, they're broke. They're trying to take out a loan. Bro, are y'all crazy as hell? Rich people take out loans all the time. It don't mean they're broke. It doesn't have anything to do with them being broke. Right? And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is why I was happy that Dane went up there and cooked these two bozos today. Right? Now he knew that didn't mean that. So I give DJ Envy as that because he knows that, right? But I want y'all to see something, right? So all you have to do is Google this, right? I'm pretty sure it's gonna come up. Let's see why do rich people take out loans? Because I heard a lot of people getting on Dane Dash. You know, not Dane Dash. I heard a lot of people getting on rich people for this, right? But I want to tell y'all this because this is a very teachable moment and important moment. And he did cook him. He told him he sounded fucking ridiculous. And they sat up there trying to clown his ass. And I'm gonna tell you how he cooked their ass. Did you not hear what he just said to him? Did you not hear what Dame said is happening tomorrow? Did you not hear what Dame said is happening? So basically, DJ Envious and them been up there trying to make it seem like this dude is just broke. He ain't got shit. He ain't shit. He went up there and eated their ass. First of all, he cooked their ass with the bankruptcy shit. Second of all, he cooked his ass because he said, hey, bro, you sitting up here talking about my net worth. You don't even know how much money I'm worth. Do you know anybody that's had to pay $25 million in taxes? DJ Envy, out of all the rich people he know, he said, nope. Think about that. Slow cooking their ass. But when you don't have a brain, you don't know what to look for and you don't know what you're listening to. Now, rich people, this is why people look so stupid on YouTube all the time and on social media. Oh, man, they got to be going broke, man. They're taking out a loan. Man, listen, man. Rich people take out loans for many reasons. One, leverage for investments. So for an example, right, the loan allows them to amplify the returns by investing borrowed money in assets like real estate, businesses, or stocks, where the expected return exceeds the loan's interest rate. For example, borrowing at 4% to invest in a property yielding 8% creates a net gain. Liquidity preservation. Instead of tying up personal cash in large purchases, meaning homes, yachts, or businesses, rich people will borrow this money to maintain liquid assets for other opportunities or emergencies. Also, tax advantages. Interest on certain loans, like mortgage or business loans, can be tax deductible, reducing their taxable income. Additionally, holding assets rather than selling them to fund purchases avoids capital gains taxes. But a lot of y'all don't know this. People just run around here talking shit. I seen a lot of people doing that too. A lot of people on YouTube doing that dumb shit sounding stupid as hell. Oh, they're borrowing all this money. Oh, they're taking all these loans. They're broke. No, you just don't know what the hell you're talking about. What about cash flow management? Loans spread out and payments over time, aligning with income streams from investments or businesses, making large expenditures more manageable. What about credit building and relationships, which is basically borrowing even when unnecessary? That can strengthen relationships with banks and lenders, securing better terms for future deals, right? So meaning, let me give y'all an example, right? When you're young and you don't have no credit, what do you have to do? You have to build credit. Why is it important to build credit? You may have money, but you want to build credit so that you don't always have to use all your money. And you can apply to get things that you would like that you may not have. Let's say, you may not, when I say have, but you may not want to use all of your cash money on, right? So it's always good to build up great lines of credit and by getting loans. And what's the important part? Paying your loans off on time. Rich people can do this. So they can get a loan they know they can pay off, right? At a good interest rate. Boom. What about inflation hedge? With fixed rate loans, inflation reduces the real cost of debt over time as they repay with cheaper future dollars. For instance, like a wealthy individual might take a $1 million mortgage on a property despite having the cash to keep their portfolio diversified and liquid while deducting interest from taxes. Now, this approach, what does it do, you guys? It maximizes the financial flexibility and growth potential. Duh. People got to use their brains, though, right? But they come on here and they'll tell y'all, oh, this celebrity going broke, man. They taking out these big ass loans. They taking out this loan to go get this house. They're broke. They don't have no money. Are y'all crazy? Oh, they got to do all these shows because they're broke. No. When you can get that type of money doing those shows, and when you live a certain lifestyle, I don't give a damn how rich you are. You ain't going to just sit there and not continue to want to gain money. It's almost like a pro athlete. When they're playing in their career and they're earning money, you don't want to come to your career. And this is why a lot of people go broke. And I'm glad we talking about this right now. A lot of people go broke because this is why. Let me say this to y'all right now. They may be, I'm talking about pro athletes. They may be playing pro ball for 10, 15 years, living a certain lifestyle. As soon as they stop playing pro ball and that income stop, your life continues to go on. Your bills continue. But guess what? If you have a certain money saved versus you spending money for the rest of your life, guess what's going to happen? Your bank account is going to reduce. Which is why it's always good to keep what? Money incoming. Right? You always want to keep funds coming in. That's why it's always good to, get real estate, invest in different things. You know what I'm saying? That your money over time can see growth. Your investments can see growth. Not only that, you may, get into TV and stuff like that and be getting that check, and that just helps you pay your bills, and that doesn't go against all the other money that you've earned throughout your career that you have saved up. So when Dane Dash is out here stir frying them niggas saying this shit, when somebody says, "Oh, how's he cooking?" That's how he's cooking.
So responsible for that loan. It's a loan.
So you don't think? So if the billionaire that you think every billionaire so if they have a loan for $100 million alone, and I have no debt, who got more money?
That's a great question by Dane Dash. Great question. Great question. He says they ain't got no debt. Now, see, those would be a couple factors. It depends on, first of all, how much money they got versus how much debt they got versus how much money you got. These are the questions you got to ask. This is why I said he was up there stir-frying their ass today.
Say it again now.
If someone gives someone a loan for $180 million, and I have no debt, who's worth more?
The billionaire. He's still a billionaire,
Who
regardless
has
of loan or not.
You really think so?
A billionaire.
So someone that let's do it again.
So
Okay.
say you because you have no debt.
Let me make it a little more simple.
Billionaire.
Hold on. Let me make it a little more simple.
Okay.
Do you consider somebody rich if they have $180 million loan?
Depends on how much money they bring and how much profit they bring in. If a billionaire has $180 million loan,
No, yeah.
they're still a billionaire.
Not if they owe. No,
you don't-
how do you wait? Let me. Have you ever been a billionaire?
I've never.
So
been
how
a
would you know?
Well, why
Because
not?
Why are you asking people that ain't never been billionaires? But my
No.
point is that-
I want to know what your perspective was
here's
on a
my
loan.
perspective.
Wait. You don't understand the question.
I do understand the question now.
So answer it.
if somebody gave me $180 million loan,
you owe them 180. You got to work it. A lot of people look good spending. Wait, stop.
But that's why.
And that's not true what Dame said. I disagree with Dame on that part. If somebody takes out a $180 million loan, they're going to owe more than that. Just off the interest on the loan. They're going to owe more than what they took out for the loan. For example, if you take out a $500 loan, let's just talk normal talk from everyday people. If you take out a $1,000 loan, you're going to pay back more than $1,000. You may pay back $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, depending on your interest rate, right? So you ain't just going to, now, if you're talking about somebody taking out a $180 million loan, shit, they're going to be paying back like damn near $300 if they got bad interest rate. Some of them could be paying $220 if they got a solid interest rate, very good interest rate, $220, $240. Right? That's a lot of cheese. These are different things people got to think about, man. But at the same time, over the time of the loan, you know what I'm saying? There are ways that it can benefit the wealthy to take out those loans rather than use their personal cash. So in that conversation went on, this conversation got heated on different fronts too. But I just want to talk about it because DJ Envy and them, they sit up there and act like they know all this shit, bro. And then when you really listen to these guys, man, bro, man, dudes ain't on it like that, man. And now you sitting around here and you got this situation where DJ Envy got all these lawsuits on his helmet, accusing him of all kind of crazy shit. And shout out to Sharima and the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, baby. I appreciate that. But they're going to stop, like I said before, man. They try to, in my opinion, these cats be trying to play Dame Dash like he a sucker now because he ain't had it like, they don't see him like they used to see him. So they playing him like, they trying to play him like he a sucker. You know what I mean? Now, do I think Dame Dash took some losses? Yeah, I mean, he's going to bounce back, in my opinion. If not, he already ready to bounce back based off what he said. So sometimes you got to make some moves in life, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, listen, you know how many times certain people go broke in life and bounce back? I know rich people that went broke, came back, went broke again, came back. It ain't always going to be a perfect peach and cream story, but the society we live in, they try to clown you when you're down. And that's what niggas try to do, in my opinion, to Dame Dash. They try to clown him and try to make him insignificant. When you lose that bread, bro, or when people think you ain't at that same status financially, them niggas pick sides. And that's what y'all seen with Jay-Z and Dame. When them niggas broke up, niggas pick sides. And most of them niggas picked Jay-Z's side over Dame because they felt like what Jay was the money. But when you have the guy like Dame who got the goddamn brains, now people, what I'm saying now, I ain't saying Jay-Z ain't smart with his money. I'm saying when you got a guy like Dame who came up with all that, the movies, the merch, all that shit, the liquor they had, them niggas had everything. Dame was pushing for all that shit. Bro, when you got that type of mind, bro, you can go broke 4 or 5 times and come back. But only dumb people in society would sit up there and cook you, snicker at you under their breath, try to laugh at you and tear you down when they feel like you're taking a loss. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Easy work, man. And y'all go listen to the whole interview because that interview was crazy on the Breakfast Club this morning. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm glad that Dane went up there and cooked these dudes, man. And he slow cooked them too. All you gotta do is go up there and listen. He slow cooked them. Period. And if you couldn't peep the way he slow cooked them, bro, you just can't. I don't think you know what you're thinking about. All you looking at. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, Straight Drought Weight Loss Formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.